Warren Buffett is one of the most successful investors in the world today. One of the reasons attributed to his success is his appetite for learning. Warren himself is an avid reader and spends most of his day reading, and the lessons and learnings he gained over the years have definitely helped him in making the right decisions with regard to his investments. In this video, we will talk about the 11 books that Warren recommends that every investor must read. These books are shared by Warren through his shareholders' letters or at his annual meetings at Berkshire Hathaway and Wesco Financial. So stay tuned and make sure to watch this video to the end because we will talk about each of these books and how they can also help you in making the right investment decision. This is Financial Intellect, where we promote that to be finance savvy, we are your buddy. Now let's get right into the video. The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. This book is considered the Bible of investing, with many successful investors praising and recommending it. This is also what started it all for Warren. This book is a classic and teaches the basics of value investing and the strategies on how to use value investing in the stock market. Value investing, which is Graham's main investment approach outlined in the book, focuses on undervalued stocks of companies that have the potential to do well in the long run. It does not focus on short-term trends in the market, highlighting the premise that the true value of a stock can only be found in its long-term performance. This book will definitely help you to determine the value of the stock so you can make better investment decisions. Learn to evaluate the market and do not be swayed by the daily trends. If you have lots of money and if stocks that have potential long-term growth go on sale, do not hesitate to grab that opportunity as well. Common Stocks and Uncommon Profits by Philip A. Fisher. Philip Fisher is one of the most influential investors of all time. He is widely admired and his views are also highly respected. His book entitled Common Stocks and Uncommon Profits, which was published in 1958, still draws the attention of many investors even now. In this book, Fisher discussed that in investing, you should target those businesses that have growth orientation, high profit margins, high return on capital, leading industry position, proprietary products or services, superior sales organization, and commitment to research and development. Fisher was known for his in-depth research on stocks and how he relied on business grapevines or personal connections to understand businesses better before investing. And this trait was applied by Warren himself in his investing strategy. He always makes sure that he has a thorough understanding of the business itself before making any investment decisions. Business Adventures: 12 Classic Tales from the World of Wall Street by John Brooks. This book is what Warren recommended to Bill Gates back in 1991. The book offers fascinating and notable accounts of some of the biggest companies in the 19th century. It also included stories about Wall Street and the volatile nature of the market. And the lessons provided in the book are still relevant today in understanding the complexities of corporate life. Brooks' critical details and analysis will even lead you to think of the possibility that history might indeed repeat itself. Essays in Persuasion by John Maynard Keynes. This book is considered one of the top 100 greatest books of all time. The essays contained in this book show how Keynes attempted to influence the course of events from 1919 to 1940 through public persuasion. Keynes was also able to accurately forecast the economic fluctuations that will confront the United States and Europe. He even suggested measures to prevent these, which could have saved the world from worldwide depression if it was heeded. His take on the USSR, the decline of laissez-faire, and the potential for economic growth are still relevant today. Warren even regarded Keynes as brilliant because of the importance of his ideas and how it was presented clearly. The Little Book of Common Sense Investing by Jack Bogle. Bogle is the CEO of Vanguard Group, which is one of the world's largest investment companies. The Little Book of Common Sense Investing is his most famous work, which provides a detailed overview of two different investment options: actively managed funds and index funds. His discussion provided an alternative to actively, poorly managed, and overinflated funds. He instead introduced index funds, which are passive, sustainable, and low cost. This will offer retirement savings even without having to actively participate in managing it. And because it is cheap, you can't go wrong with it. Even Warren agreed with Bogle and said that most investors are instead better off purchasing these low-cost index funds. The Most Important Thing: Uncommon Sense for the Thoughtful Investor by Howard Marks. Howard is the co-founder and co-chairman of Oak Tree Capital Management, a global asset management firm specializing in alternative investment strategies. He is also an investor and writer. His book explains the pitfalls that can destroy capital and at the same time, the keys to successful investment. He explained this through various illustrations showing the development of an investment philosophy that recognizes the complexity of investing. Applying this to today's volatile market, Howard gave several takeaways and even discussed the concepts of defensive investing, price-value relationship, and second-level thinking. He also tackled critical thinking, investment strategy, and risk assessment through an honest assessment of his own decisions. In the post-pandemic market, where companies are still struggling to establish their footing, the lessons from the book may be helpful. Before we move on to the next book, if you are new to the channel, kindly give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so that you will know when we've posted new content such as this. Now let's continue to the next one. Where Are the Customer's Yachts? By Fred Schwed. This is a classic book that uses humor to point out some of the pretentiousness of Wall Street. The book shares the story of a visitor to New York who saw nice boats in the harbor. When he asked who owned the boats, he was told that they belonged to Wall Street bankers. When he asked further where the boats of the bankers' clients were, he was told that they couldn't afford them. This story offered insight to the world of investing, where brokers get rich and customers go broke, which is the reality of Wall Street. This book might be a fun read, but the lessons are valuable. Poor Charlie's Almanac: The Wit and Wisdom of Charles T. Munger, edited by Peter Kaufman. If you've been following Warren, you might already be familiar with Charlie Munger as well. He is the vice president of Berkshire Hathaway and Warren's trusted right-hand man. The Poor Charlie's Almanac documents Charlie's journey from his humble childhood to his phenomenal success. The book summarizes his life, the lessons he learned, his way of thinking, and his approaches to learning and investing. It shows his unconventional methods of decision-making and his impressive work ethic that contributed to his success. A special section of the book, Mungerisms, Charlie Unscripted, also offers a collection of his remarks at previous annual meetings of Wesco Financial and Berkshire Hathaway. It included some of his speeches and talks that spanned over 25 years. Hence, if you want to learn tips on investments and how to make better investment decisions, this book is highly recommended. The Outsiders by William Thorndike Jr. This is one of Warren's recommended books in his Berkshire Hathaway annual shareholder letter in 2012. It details the success of several CEOs whose companies' average returns outperformed even the S&P 500. This is due to these CEOs' radical approach to corporate management. Some of these companies include Berkshire Hathaway itself, General Dynamics, The Washington Post, and many more. This book is a must-read if you want to learn the traits and methods that help these CEOs achieve maximum performance and returns. The Clash of Cultures: Investment versus Speculation by John Bogle. This is another book mentioned by Warren in his 2012 letter. This book discussed the evolving culture in the mutual fund industry. For regular investors, Bogle shared his 10 rules of common sense investing, which may not be the best strategy ever devised, but is probably much better than other strategies out there. Dream Big by Christian Correa. Originally published in Portuguese, this book was later translated to English after Warren's recommendation. This book tells the story of the trio behind 3G Capital, a Brazilian-American multi-billion-dollar firm that has partnered with Berkshire Hathaway on various deals to acquire companies. Although this partnership is only recent, Warren's connection with 3G's Jorge Paulo Lemann goes back for years. Lemann is his friend turned partner. And those are the 11 books that made Warren millions. What are your thoughts on this? Have you already read any of these books? Which one's your favorite? Let us know in the comment section below. And with that, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you've watched, stay tuned for more videos. Bye, financial buddies!